What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. Today we're going to look at the fluid press in Conan Exiles. I'm going to show you what you can squish in the fluid press, and I've got this separated into Isle of Sipta only things and then main game things. So anything that's Isle of Sipta only, you will only be able to get on the Isle of Sipta. Everything else you can get on either the exiled lands or the Isle of Sipta. And I want to thank all of you for being here with me and supporting me through this journey that is called YouTube. It's absolutely amazing to have you here, and I couldn't continue to do it without you. Jumping right into it, I want to start all the way down here with dead pets. Now, dead pets is a thing that I hear people regularly not know what to do with. So I've got a gold vein rock nose, I've got a rock nose, and I've got a bear carcass here, and I'm just going to throw those in the fluid press and press play. Now, these items are going to give you different items. It's going to produce different resources. So if you end up having a dead pet and you get that dead pet's carcass, go ahead and throw it in the fluid press. Now, they are rather heavy. They do weigh 50 pounds, so it may not be something that's really worth it. But as you can see, our bear turned into bone, bear hide, and blood, and our rock nose obviously is going to turn into rock, and then there are some other resources that you can get as well. And those resources are going to be obviously the crystal and the brimstone. And then if we press the gold vein rock nose, which you really shouldn't be taking your gold vein rock nose out to fight, but if you end up with a dead one somehow, this is what you can do with it, and it will give you stone and gold. So think about the carcasses and what kind of resources you would get from those if you were harvesting them out in the wild, and that's the type of resources you would get from the carcass in the fluid press. Moving on, I'm going to cover the things from the Isle of Sipta, so we're just going to take everything out of there right now. So the first thing that I want to cover is this Ghoulish Humors. Now, the Ghoulish Humors is an add-on for the fluid press, basically. So if we put the Ghoulish Humors in here and we put bone in there, you can see it's going to produce ichor. And for every 10 bone, you'll get 1 ichor. And there you go, you can see it's now produced 2 ichor. So if we put this in here, ivory, if we put the dragon bone, if we put the horn, if we put the dragon horn, all those things are going to produce ichor for the bone. So you can see our ivory gave us 5 ichor. If we pull that back out, we'll cancel that one. And we will move on to the next, which is going to be the horn. So we'll pull the horn out. And we'll pull that out. That way we can see how much it's actually giving us. That gave us 1 ichor. And we'll pull the dragon horn out. That's the next one. Let's see how much that one gives us. I'm thinking it's going to be 1 ichor. There it is, 1 ichor. And we will pull that out as well. And that gave us 1 ichor. So the Ghoulish Humors with the bones will give you 1 ichor. The other thing that it'll work on is the claws and the withered skull. So we'll see what it gives us for the 1 claw, and then we'll see what it gives us for the 1 skull. The 1 claw gave us 1 ichor, and the 1 skull also gave us 1 ichor. Now we're going to pull the Ghoulish Humors out for now, and we're going to load a devolved serpent hand in there. Any of the devolved stuff is going to work the same, so it doesn't matter whether it's the bird wing, the bat claw, the demon spider chunk, any of these will do the same thing. They're all going to turn 1 into 10 ichor. However, you want to be careful with the devolved fiend bone. So if I put that in there by itself, what's going to happen is it's going to give me 10 ichor. And there you go, 10 ichor. However, if I put the Ghoulish Humors in here and then I put the devolved fiend bone in there, it actually gives me less resources. So you want to make sure when you're using it with the devolved fiend bone, you don't want to have the Ghoulish Humors in there because you'll get less resources, and you can see it turned that into 2 ichor. Moving on to other items that you can put in the fluid press. So if we start right here with seeds, and this will work with all the different types of seeds, every 15 seed will turn into oil there. This also works with the orange ficus cutting, so every 15 orange ficus cutting will turn into 1 oil. You can also press heads in the fluid press, and the heads are going to give you multiple different items. So we're pressing a brown bear head right now, and we will put the dragon head in there as well. The brown bear head this time around only gave us bone and blood. The dragon head gave us demon blood and bone, so if you're looking for those items, you can do that. If we put the putrid meat in there, for every 50 putrid meat, it will produce 1 ichor. Let's look at the fish. If we put 10 unappetizing fish in there, it will give us 1 oil. If we put 5 savory fish in there, it will give us 1 oil. And if we put 1 exotic fish in there, it will give us 1 oil. This was something that I didn't know. We're going to load these glands in here, all of those right there. I don't think this one works, but we'll load all of them in there and see which ones work and which ones don't. Obviously, they are producing ichor, and it's 1 at a time. So if you've got a bunch of sand reaper glands around, you can absolutely do that. Okay, so like I said, the Scorpion Queen Venom gland does not squish into ichor. Another item we could put in there is human flesh, and that is going to produce regular blood in the fluid press, and we'll see just how many it gives us in just a moment. So it gives us 1 blood for each human flesh. If we put coal in there, for every 25 coal, it will produce 1 tar. And there you go, there's the 1 tar. And lastly, if you put Highland bushberries in there, for every 5 Highland bushberries, it will make Highland berry pulp, and that is just simply refreshing. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this guide to the fluid press. Let me know in the comment section below if you learned anything new here, and also what you think my next guide should be. The whack moments in this video were sponsored by my legendary supporters. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. And if you want to continue the fun, there's 2 videos on the screen. You can pick one of those to watch next. Please don't forget to whack the like button. And if you're new to the channel, I'd encourage you to click that subscribe button, click that bell so you get notified when I upload another video.